Hey folks, good evening. So, most of you know I make a lot of desserts. Sometime I make ice cream, and one of my favorites is chocolate ice cream. So, tonight I'm going to show you how to make chocolate ice cream. Very simple. There aren't a lot of ingredients to making ice cream. So, let's get it going. I've made chocolate ice cream in the past. I do it quite often. And these are the ingredients. I'm doing a double portion, so I'm gonna make 2 quarts. I got 12 ounces of dark chocolate that I've cut up. I have 32 ounces of half and half. I'm gonna use 3 cups of heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna use a tablespoon of vanilla paste. And as you can see, I have a little bit of flour, a little bit of cocoa powder, and a little bit of salt, along with 6 eggs and a cup and a half of sugar. That's it. There's nothing else to it. I don't put any additives. We're gonna cook it down, and we're gonna make great chocolate ice cream. Stay tuned. So the first step to making chocolate ice cream is using half and half in the dark chocolate. We're going to use a 3-quart saucepan. We're going to pour the half and half into the saucepan along with the chocolate and let it melt. Okay, so I have the half and half in a 3-quart pot. We're going to let that come to a boil, and I'm going to add the chocolate. Once I add the chocolate, I'm going to reduce the flame, and I'm going to stir the chocolate until it's nice and smooth. So while the half and half is coming to a boil, I have 6 eggs here. I'm going to break them. I'm going to whisk them. And what we're going to do afterwards is we're going to add the mixture of the chocolate and the half and half to the eggs. That's called tempering. We're going to have to temper the eggs. And once we temper the eggs, we'll add the egg and chocolate mixture back into the 3-quart saucepan. The eggshells we'll keep. We'll put those in the garden for our flowers and our vegetables. So I will mix this up or whisk this up real quick. And the reason you want to do that is so when you temper the eggs, they don't fry. You want the eggs to temper so you can add it back into the hot liquid. And that right there should be good enough. So when we're ready to temper, it goes in easy. Boil. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the chocolate. And we're gonna make sure that melts. Now you want this smooth, you want it to melt, and you want it nice. And make sure that all the chocolate is melted before you utilize it. Doesn't take long if it's cut up. And there you go, folks. It's that simple. Now we'll let that continue to cook. And then we'll add that to the eggs. But we want to make sure all the chocolate is melted. You can see it's still on the paddle. So I'm going to make sure all of that is melted prior to utilizing it for the eggs. So earlier I said that we're going to temper the chocolate into the eggs. Prior to doing that though, we need to make sure that the flour, the cocoa powder, and the sugar and salt are mixed into the chocolate before we temper it into the eggs. Okay, so I have my ice bath, as you can see. I'm gonna place this bowl on top of that ice bath. We're gonna take our ice cream mix and we're gonna place it into that bowl. So I don't waste any. I'll use the scoop. Measuring cup. There you go, folks. You pour it in. Okay, and we'll pour this into the bowl. Everything goes in to make sure it's well mixed. Now, mind you, we've done this, it's thickening up already, it's that quick. But mind you, we've done this, and afterwards, before we put it into the ice cream maker, it's gonna be cool, we strain it, okay? Okay, so we come to this portion, we let it cool down, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit at a time so I can then dump it into the chinois to make sure we don't have any lumps. Put it closer, and we'll dump it right in. And we'll continue to do this until we can actually take the bowl out. And we'll be able to dump the rest of it. Good. Now, I don't want to mess up and not get the rest of this off, so here we go. Nice and easy. Down the sides. And in the meantime, in between time, we can now use a strainer and have the chinois do all the work. This is how you know you get good ice cream without any lumps. You look, you'll see that's nice. It's come out nice and easy. And we know we did a good job because as I'm straining, I don't see a lot of lumps in here, which is awesome. But this makes it nice and smooth. Now from here, I'll put them into quart containers, put them in the refrigerator, or if it's cool enough, which it is, I could actually start the ice cream process where we can make ice cream. We'll turn it on and we'll start the process. Add a little bit more. The reason I'm adding a little bit more is because that was in a full quart. There you go, folks. That's it. That's a full quart. And we'll get back in about 30 minutes. Let's see what it looks like. So as you can see, it's only been about 20 minutes and you already have that consistency for ice cream. What this process does is it takes the liquid, puts it into a circular motion, and it incorporates air into the liquid, causing it to become creamy instead of iced, which is what you want when you bite into an ice cream. You want that creamy consistency. So the secret to this mixture is, if you remember, we use flour, and that flour is what gives you that consistency in this mixture.
you go.